Hi everyone, I'm Olivia, the Southern Yankee Stitcher, and this is my Flosstube 46. 46. I just recorded all of 46, and it was saved as 0 minutes, 0 seconds. I don't know how that happens, y'all. I know it seems to happen to everybody, but I guess it's just a glitch. But I did a test, it worked, so we're going to try again. But this is going to be a pretty short video. I just wanted to update you on my stitching, and then I'm going to be making another video today about my 2024 plans, and it'll include a whip and kit parade for those 2024 plans. So tune into that. But first, we're just going to get on with the stitching. I've been off work. 20th was my first day off, and for 3 days this past week, I babysat my grandsons, who are 4.5 and 6.5, and full of energy, and we had a good time. They're so sweet, so sweet. I have been trying to get ready for Christmas. You can see I have one of my Christmas things wrapped here. This is Santa's workshop. I do all my wrapping in here as well as my crafting. So I've been working on that and getting ready for Christmas. Today's the 23rd of December, but I wanted to get this in before all the holidays hit, and then I'm going to be babysitting again next week, and before time gets away from me. So I wanted to update you on these things and get some things put away. I've been working, pardon me, on some of the sleds from Boxwood Crossings and getting those ready for gifts. I wanted to record this video before I gave the gifts, but I wasn't able to do that. Just time didn't allow. So, but this, I think I've shown you these before, but this is one of them. This was an extra one I had that'll just be for me. And you stitch it on this perforated paper, and then you just cut it out one extra block around the stitching. Some people adhere it then to the sled with two-sided tape. I just use Alien's craft glue for that and glue it on. I did those 3 stockings from Boxwood Crossings, and then I did not do the one in the middle, not for any particular reason except that I just didn't need that many. I had big goals of doing them for all my co-workers and everything, and I didn't have time for that. So they really go fast. I had them as like my work stitch, so if I had extra time at work, nothing to do, or I was covering the front desk or something, couldn't do my stuff there, then I would stitch on them. Well, there wasn't a lot of time for that. So towards the end, the last few weeks, I've just been stitching these in the evening. I can almost finish one in the evening. Especially these from Annie B's. They were a little, not as many color changes. I did over here the reindeer and the snowman. I did those 2. But instead of the black background, I used a light blue. So the sky looked light blue. It made them a little happier. They were for my grandchildren. I wasn't crazy about the black background. Just wasn't crazy about that. Then I did another one. I don't have the chart here, Boxwood Crossings, and it was a penguin. And it had a little scarf on the earmuffs, and I made the scarf and earmuffs pink. It was really cute. It was probably my favorite of all the sleds that I did. It was for my granddaughter. I had a finish as well. And was this Strawberry Fields Forever by Blackbird Designs. And how best am I going to hold this? This is mine. I'm trying not to get that light to blow it out. It's blowing out a little bit. But the frame, it's a vintage frame. I got at a antique shop that was closing. The finish, like the kind of reddish finish, is coming off places, but I kind of like that. That was kind of vintagey looking. If you'll recall, the house was supposed to have 3 rows of windows above the door, and I had 3 rows of windows in there, and they were off by 1 stitch when I went to go fill in around them. And so I had to frog it all out, did it again, did the roof, and I only had 2 rows of windows. So I just added an extra strawberry here. I put in my initials. I put the year over here. So before I frogged everything out, the roof and the chimneys and that big leaf, I said, let me do everything else. And I did. And then I thought, I can just add a few things there. I'm not going to rip it out. No one's going to know but me. So I really love this piece. And then really my only other whip, because I was doing so much for Christmas, are the Santa's, Prairie Schooler Santa's 12 Days of Christmas. There's 1 through 4 that I've done. You've seen before. Oops, there's my notes. You didn't see that. And I had done 5. So I finished 6 and did part of 7. Just so you see them all, that's what all of them look like. There it is. I can't see what I'm showing you, so let me. I'm doing it all, obviously, I'm doing it all in one thing. I'm not going to cut it apart. And so I did 6 as new and then part of 7 I did last night. These also go pretty fast. I had this put away for months and months. And I really am in the mood to do Christmas stitching. So I'm just putting a lot of time in on this one. I'm kind of just only working on this one right now. And probably will until after Christmas. Oops. I'll put that back in there now. I'll lose it. Okay, so that's really the extent of what I have stitched. I'm not going to tell you a lot about my 2024 plans, but one thing is I don't want to buy any more charts. I have so many. You know, I put my charts in binders over, and then page protectors by season or holiday or the primitive or samplers and just different categories. And I have so many. I mean, like, I probably have more than I can stitch in my lifetime already. If I were to retire and do nothing but stitching, I could probably get them all done, but that's not going to happen. So, I'm going to try not to buy any more charts. Now, if there's something that I see, like a secondhand shop that I just can't pass up the deal, I can't say I won't buy it. But as far as like a new chart that in a year from now I could still buy, I'm going to wait. Because if I really love it, I'll buy it then, you know. And if I don't love it in a year, then I did need to buy it anyway. So that's the extent of, hopefully the extent of my buying. I just don't need it. There was a chart that was on eBay, and it was on my watch list for probably a year. Not a year, then close to it. And it's going to be a very intricate piece. It's a Saturday Evening Post cover from 1928. And it was, I guess, the 300th anniversary of Thanksgiving, because it says Thanksgiving 1628 and 1928. 1628 is below a pilgrim. 1928 is below a football player. And I mean, how much about Thanksgiving is football still? It didn't come with a color sheet, so this is the best I can do to show y'all what it is. But I loved it so much that I just had to get it. Well, after I got it, I thought, what did I get myself into? The chart is 16 pages. And let me just show you one. Let me try to find you one page. Just show you what it looks like. That's only one page. There's 16 pages of that. It does have you stitching all the white background. Well, I'm not going to stitch all that white background. That's crazy. That's crazy town. No, I'm going to I'm going to stitch it on white fabric. But this is the DMC list. And I think you need 2 skeins of every one of those. So it's a whopper. This is not in my immediate plans right now. But I have it. So I can stitch it when I'm ready. But I did have like one last hurrah with purchasing. And I saw this piece on the Stash Unload. And it's an older piece. I don't know how old it is, but it's pretty old. And it's Barrick Samplers. Her sampler. That's what it's called. And I just really like that for fall. Look at the acorns and the crows, and yeah, I like that a lot. So I purchased that. And then, you know, like I said, I was on a Barrick kick, because the rest of these are from Carriage House Samplings. And there's some here that I've been watching for several years. And well, I recently found out through an Instagram post she put on that I knew Kathy Barrick was from kind of my neck of the woods in Maryland, but she's really from the same county that I'm from, and grew up in the same town that my great-grandmother grew up in. The name of the county is Frederick, and that's one of their charts. Carriage House charts is Frederick. I love folk art kind of things and fractor looking things in Frederica, which is both these, like check all those boxes. So I got those in before the cutoff. And then there's another series I saw, Carriage House, that I had never seen before. And there are 3 charts in the series, and this isn't exactly my style or my color way, about the kind of colors I use, but it's whimsical and it's Christmas, and I feel like I can get away with a lot more at Christmas. And so this first one's called Christmas Joyride. It's first in the series. Isn't that cute? Then the second one is called Bringing Christmas. And the third is called Christmas Time. I really like those. And then I got the floss to go with them. They called for They all say needlepoint silk. I said needlepoint silk. Oh, and they had some Weeks Dye Works conversions and some DMC conversions. So I got those. And those are the extent of my purchases. But I did get some happy mail from a viewer, and I didn't think to ask her permission before mentioning her name. So I won't mention her name, but she knows who she is. And she was so very generous. Oh my gosh, so generous. Just a sweet person. Well, I'm not going to be able to get these in like a real organized fashion, but she sent all these DMCs. Y'all know I use DMC a lot. I like it. These fabrics. That blue with the snowflakes. The tan with the... Gosh, it's blowing out. Sorry, y'all, the light is just too much. So the flowers, or they could be snowflakes. This is called Pink Splash, or she sent me a couple of those. And it's the creamy white with a little pink splatter on it, which is really cute. This chart, Cranberry Christmas, I love this chart. And then this chart from the Primitive Hair, that was really cute too. And a sweet letter. There's another chart that she sent me that I don't have right here because it's in my 2024 plans and it's in a project bag ready to be kitted up. So that's about the extent of my stitching update. I'm going to end this video now. It's short and sweet. And a little bit later today, I'm going to film another video with my 2024 plans, and which includes a whip and kit parade. So I hope you all will come back for that. It's, you know, Christmas is, wow, it's almost here. Y'all went to the grocery store this morning. I had bought some groceries before, and I thought, I'm not going to Walmart. I mean, it's crazy. That's crazy town at Walmart. I went to the grocery store, and I was there about 8 o'clock this morning. So not many people there at all at 8 o'clock. I need to get some lunch meat at the deli. And so the ladies are just like getting their hairnets on and their gloves and everything. And one of them comes out to check the counter to see what she has to refill. And she was like, God, they took everything. I was talking to her for a little while. She said it was so crazy there. They had a line of people waiting for carts to come in the store. I'm sure it's going to be just as crazy today. I also need to get sausage, which I use to make sausage balls, and for a nacho dip I do. And they were totally out of sausage. Totally out. 100%. All gone. I did my first round through the grocery store, and there was a couple things I didn't see. So I had to go back and find them. And I saw a lady restocking sausage. And I said, oh, can you just hand me 2 of those out of that box? She said, certainly, here it is. I said, they wiped y'all out yesterday. And I said, it must have been crazy. She said, it was insane yesterday. It was insane. So I'm glad I got in and got out. I still need to go print the church bulletin. I've got it typed up. I just haven't printed it yet. And I just couldn't get out there. I kind of threw out my back too a couple days ago, putting lights on the Christmas tree just in that stoop position. It hurt. And the next morning, I could barely move. I was on a heating pad and a recliner all day. My daughter was here too. You know, the boys were here, and they were sweet. And, you know, they still played. And I got up a little bit, but I felt a lot better yesterday. Well, after grocery shopping this morning, I'm hurting a little bit. That's why I'm just sitting right here and not going out to do my work at church yet. But it'll pass. It's just one of those things. One of those things. So I've got a little bit of wrapping to do. I'm done all the shopping, thank goodness. But I hope you all have a Merry Christmas. We know it's not about the presents. Um, it's just about the birth of our Lord and Savior and time with family and friends and loved ones and celebrating Jesus' birth. So I hope you don't forget the reason for the season. You still have fun with Santa. I sure did with my kids, and um, I'm not quite sure about what they weren't going to do Santa with the grandkids. I don't think, but they're talking about him like they believe, and they were talking about Elf on the Shelf and all this stuff, and I'm not the one that's going to tell them that's not a thing, So anyway, whatever you believe, I hope you have fun with it, and it brings you joy. And I'll just tell y'all Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.